decent enough search term, self-esteem for guys. But type that into YouTube and within 4 clicks, when Global News tried, we were offered all kinds of posts promoting hate, including one video about embracing the idea of violence in a society that despises what it means to be a man.
It's very frightening how quickly a young man who might be lonely or might be troubled or might be seeking information can have disinformation and hateful ideology put in front of him.
Experts say it's a new trend. Communities targeting not just teenagers, but even boys online.
We've had several people between the ages of 10 to 12 years old.
Pandemic restrictions have meant young people spending more time online, amplifying radicalization, says this expert who runs a de-radicalization program for young Canadian men and boys.
In terms of recruitment strategy, it's called Get Them Young when they're young and indoctrinate them into these ideologies.
A concept still relatively new to most Canadians, many learning about it for the first time in the wake of the 2018 Toronto van attack that left 11 people dead, including 9 women. Now, portals of overlapping hate, misogyny, white supremacy, the far right aren't hard to find on social media, chat rooms, and gaming platforms.
I think we are collectively coming to that point where we are asking, if not demanding, that social media companies really do rethink those algorithms.
Experts say there's no easy solution, but there is a push for social media giants to evolve algorithms and to remove and disincentivize extremist content, not allowing creators to make money through such sites.
You can actually see the way in which these algorithms on platforms start putting more and more radicalizing content in front of young men who may have gone simply seeking information about self-esteem or dating or fitness or weightlifting.
Be sure to catch the next podcast when I speak with Anthony Dream Johnson of 21 Studios about media manipulation, outright lies about MGTOW, and their willingness to put people's lives on the line. Oh, man. Was that a nice little pre-roll or what? Can you believe that those motherfuckers say that shit with a straight face? I can believe it because they do it all the time, constantly. It's your man, Hammerhand, the MGTOW monk. Back at you. One more again, and you didn't think I was going to let that shit slide, did you? You didn't think that I'm not looking into legal remedies, did you? Of course I am. When you slap my face on a hit piece and it says, these people are violent, they're extreme, they target young boys, you're putting my life in danger. You're signaling what they tell Trump was doing. Dog whistling to the far right, to the extremists out there. Well, that's what they do. They dog whistle to their people. It would not be beyond the realm of thought to have some son of a bitch walk up and try to pop me because I'm associated with what media says. Because you know that if you don't believe your media, you just ain't a human being. So they say. Let's jump up in these comments real quick. My God, there's a lot of comments in here. Guys, you're overwhelming me. You're blowing me up, man. That's all right. That's all right. I can take it. 10 minutes in, 455 sets of eyeballs. Thank you very much. What's that old Twisted Sister song? We're not going to take it. You don't just take shit like this lying down, gentlemen. You don't let somebody run up on you and slander you. A monk, a MGTOW, is the farthest thing from an extreme or a radical. Unless, of course, you're a dependent female. You'd have to admit that you're a dependent female, though. You'd have to admit that. How many times in the past have we seen the media, the fringe media, try to bleed this shit into the mainstream? Quite a bit, actually, over the last 4, 5, or 6 years. You get one guy that's really fucked up. And look, I'm not going to go in on the fella that killed those people. It's a terrible, terrible thing to go and take lives in such a fashion anywhere at any time. But something was going on with him. And chances are very, very good that he was signaling, that he was telling folks. Maybe he didn't open his mouth and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go take this van and I'm going to go run all these fucking people over. And of course, they have to make a point of saying that 9 people that were killed were women when this guy was running down the street. Do you think he had it planned that it was going to be 9? I think that if he hated women the way that they say that he hated women, he would have just busted into a nursery, shot the place up. I mean, it's no different than running somebody over. It's going to be ugly. When you try to hook extremist behavior to people that just say, leave me alone, people that just want to walk away from this, well, they're not going to let you just walk away from this, are they? This is a house of cards. It's been raining for a long time. The cards are soggy, and that motherfucker is bending, all out of shape. And the house is falling down. You see? Men can't talk to women anymore. Women can't talk to men anymore. Kids ain't being born. Nobody can sell Pampers. Jewelry stores are closing by the score. The fucking jig is up. Zaku the Silver Wolf, SCE brother, salute. Oh, and before I go any further, as always, big ups to the chat. Big ups to the wrenches. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for what you do. I appreciate the hell out of you, as always. Success Pool Endeavors. Brandon, I need to talk to you. Well, I'm not Brandon. So, Brandon, if you're listening, SE needs to talk to you. Bullfighter 42, sue the hell out of them. We are exploring some options. Riddick Secure. Hammer is such a weird dude. Definitely a con man. Oh, man. I'll take it. Devlin McBain, horse shit ass smear piece with no connection to reality that we live in. You're correct. There is no connection to us, but they're trying desperately to make a connection to us. Desperately. What I would say is, for you folks out there that are listening to this, that identify yourselves or call yourselves or associate yourselves with the incel moniker, for those of you that don't have the desire to run people over with a van or Elliot Rodgers motherfuckers into a coffin, you better start standing up. You better start saying something. You better start saying that you don't agree with this. Really, kind of all you need is a date and a little bit of confidence, and you want to get out there in the world and experience life the way that it was meant to be experienced. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you should dissociate yourselves as much as possible from murder. Let's just be real. Murder and rape. Dissociate yourselves from this. Don't let these people put you in a hole. Another fucking hole. Don't let them do that to you. These bitches are out there writing these pieces, ad hominem your ass to death, and not one of you is saying a word. No one. You got buffoons out there talking about looks max, oh, whore max, money max. None of that matters in this broken, corrupt, failed culture. That does not matter. When Superman and Indiana Jones can't keep a girlfriend, neither can you. It's not you. Do you feel me? Do you understand? It's not you. You may have a little bit of a part to play in this. The culture at large has spoiled the women. And I don't mean spoiled as in giving them everything, although that subject is on the table. I'm talking about spoiled like milk that got left out for a month. That's exactly what has happened to the culture here. One hand washes the other. Nothing happens in a vacuum. Nothing. The destruction of men started with the destruction of women. Unfortunately, men just weren't smart enough or strong enough not to go along with it. Angler MGTOW, Hammer, we got you like you have us. Appreciate you. Well, I appreciate y'all. Big time. I do appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you do, gentlemen. Everything. I appreciate the likes, the thumbs up, the thumbs down, the comments, the shares, the subscriptions. I appreciate all of it. YouTube don't appreciate it. Tell you that right now. What channel do you know that has 10 million views with 26,000 subs? The seventh one. Not too many. Davina Duckworth. Bad man. Not bad. I'm just telling you the truth. Unfiltered. I don't have a filter when it comes to the truth. There are no levels. There are no sifting screens. And as usual, I have to qualify it by saying it's the truth that I know. It's not my truth because I don't believe in that. I don't. There's the existence that you've lived, but there's truth. The existence of your life is truth. It's part of it. It's not as cut and dry as people want it to be, but it's a lot more simple than people make it. Mile High Ronin, it's Will Simple why they attack the truth. Sure it is, man. Theo Becerris, the most wanted man in MGTOW. You should wear it as a badge of honor. Should I? That sounds like a shirt. Sounds like a shirt idea. Let's get back to that last one. Mile High Ronin, it's real simple why they attack the truth. They attack the truth because as much as they say that they don't need you, they don't want you, you got to be a 666 devil, Chad. As much as they talk shit, guess what they don't say? How they're going to make it without you. That's what they don't say. Ask Bear Grylls how good women do on their own when they're trying to light a fire by committee or kill a fish very lightly so it doesn't hurt it. If it wasn't so funny, I'd be puking. Goodness gracious me. It's Wesley, the I-70 Mad Hatter. We are all terrorists. I guess it depends on what side of the legal divide you stand on, doesn't it? Notice how these people try to hook words and phrases and feelings to actual physical violence. And they've been pretty fucking successful at it. Do you know why? Because people, by and large, are pussies. They're great, big, bloody, sopping wet pussies. They don't have a sense of humor anymore. They don't know what nuance is anymore. They don't know how to take an ass whipping, so they'd rather pull out a gun or a knife and take care of the rest of their lives real fast. I'll just go to jail, dog. I got my stripes. No, I have to tell you the truth. I am compelled to tell you the truth. I can't do it any other way. That's why I have 7 accounts here. That's why Undead Chronic is probably working on 15 because he's been going hard lately. They'll just come at you out of the blue. 3 strike you, no strike you. Sorry about your account, bitch. Start over. That's okay. We can do that too. It's not that big a deal. Just takes a few minutes to fill one out. Polar Bear Predator Hammer. They are putting you and your family in danger. Oh, I know that. And they know that. Do you think that they don't know that? They do. Of course they do. What happened when Kyle Rittenhouse and his legal team fought back against this type of bludgeonry? This cucketry? He's suing the balls off of everybody. That kid doesn't need to worry about going outside and finding a job ever again. He's good. And it'll be the same with us eventually. Somebody is going to have to sue these motherfuckers into oblivion to get them to stop printing these outright falsehoods and lies. And I think I just might be the man to do it. When I tell you that I'm looking into legal remedies for this, I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. I'm not pulling your leg. That's something that will be talked about on the podcast with Anthony Johnson of 21 Studios. Now, you would figure, man, that's an odd couple right there. Hammerhand and Anthony Johnson? Well, he is part of the manosphere, and they are going after him as well. And they did put him at risk. They put his company at risk. They associated his company with murder and violence. I don't have to agree with you on everything or see 100% eye to eye to eye to eye. I don't have to be that way to understand that you've been getting kicked too. Penny Pounder, Poonitis. Oh man, Scroll Crates, slap that like button. Miss Alopecia. A new video comes out where old Jada's laughing after Mr. Chris Rock got slapped in the face. And then when he tried to talk it down a little bit, she laughed again. So you know who's wearing the pants in that family? It's that bald-headed cunt. She's wearing the pants, and she's got her attack dog. I mean, Tiffany Haddish thinks that it's pretty cool that he walked up there and assaulted another man, right? That's the way that your culture is going. Your culture is, for all intents and purposes, it's dead. It's dead. That's what fame look like. That's what money look like. That's what Dolce and Gabbana look like. That's your star? That's somebody walking the red carpet? That's all right. I'll take the 0. I'll just go ahead and sit down and watch some old reruns or something. Or better yet, go out and get a breath of fresh air. I think the whole world needs a breath of fresh air. Line of MGTOW, sue them. It's on the table. Chris Mitchell, Brother D-Man. John Gorska, Ghost Nation, starting to see it a little bit with some of my customers. That's amazing. That's amazing. It really is. It's pretty fucking funny, man. Leg Humper. Well, we will give them the truth, and that's the way that it should be. It's the way it should be. You should never be cowed or bullied into not saying the truth. I'd rather die for saying the truth and know that I died righteous than live 100 years knowing that I lied to keep that year, 2 years, 10 years, whatever it was. G. Smith Studios, get fucking paid, Hammer. Sue the fuck out of them. It's on the table. It's not a joke. It's on the table. And we shall see. Magical Tringus, rest in peace, every last coin from their paws. Oh, rip every last coin. I thought you were saying something else. Okay, cool, man. I'm not out there to try to hurt nobody. I'm not. We're just stating the obvious. The culture has jumped off of a fucking cliff, and they want to take me with them, and I'm not willing to go. Don't want to, don't need to, and don't have to. And neither do you. But you do have to stand up for yourself. You do. If you guys keep taking it on the chin, you keep taking them rib shots, you keep taking them kidney punches, eventually one of them's going to buckle you. And you'll bend the knee. And you'll probably never get back up. And a lot of these people help you motherfuckers bend your knees with money. The promise of fame, intimidation. Remember when CNN was intimidating kids that were making memes about Trump body slamming Vince McMahon, Hillary Clinton, CNN, yada, yada? Remember when they engaged in that? Do you not think that your media is totally 100% incompetent and corrupt? Of course they are. Of course they are. It's been on full court display since Obama retracted the propaganda law. Took it away. Now news doesn't have to be truthful. And don't worry, I'm not singling out Obama. He's just one of the latest in a long line of pieces of dog shit. They get exactly what they deserve. They're going to get exactly what they deserve. 635 sets of eyeballs sitting in here right now. 25 minutes, 40 seconds. Thank you. All of you. Thank you. Surf Shack 2, we're going to see some crazy shit this year. You might. Look, man, do you think that the Romans or the Weimar Republic or the Byzantines, do you think that any of them realized that they were in cultural decay, that their civilization was ending? I don't think that they did until it was right on top of them, and you can't stop it. I hear folks almost every day talk about, we got to save it, man. Come on, Hammer. It's not that. No, you're not saving this. And no, that's not a nihilistic attitude. It's a realistic attitude. You're not saving this. I get on here and I preach to you men because I know some of you are getting it. Even though it's hard, it's difficult. This is not easy. I mean, it is for me because I've been here for a while. I've been doing it for a long time. You have to give your body and your mind and your spirit an opportunity to heal. You've suffered a lifetime of 24/7 indoctrination and brainwashing. That will not go away overnight. That includes everything from the way that you eat to the things that you consume as a consumer, because that's typically what most of us are, to the way that you see your life with or without another person. It takes a lot to get your mind and your spirit and your body in shape. I'm doing good on 2 of the 3, man. Don't judge me. Fernando Aguilar. Chris Rock said he'll keep her name out of his mouth till August. Oh, that was spicy. The Populous Pimp, PPT, MGTOW Live. What did they say? One Fast Dak, Brother Michael, Lee B. That's what this whole thing is about. The establishment hates people telling the truth. The people, you, me, any old buddy, have never had the opportunity that we've got today. Never had such an abundance of information and options. Never. Now, the trick is being able to decipher what options are legit and what information is not fake. Is in case you haven't figured it out, depending on who's sitting in the big chair in Washington, D.C., that's the way that politics, science, and facts flow. These people are in an all-out war to control you. And there aren't 2 sides to the coin over there. There's tyranny, and then there's tyranny major. MGTOW Maddie, some great names here, fellas. Thanks for coming. Tiger Burr, fuck CNN. I'd rather not. I might end up with VD. A shot of whiskey. That wasn't a body slam. It was a clothesline. Sig Scorpion, don't watch the news. I don't, for the most part. I get my news off of YouTube, social media, things of that nature. I will occasionally turn on the Alphabet Soup Group, one of them stations, check them out, see what they're saying. And, within a sentence, you can tell it's the same old fucking same. The mouthpieces, the paid advertisers, the pretend news agents, these people are complicit in the destruction of your culture. All of them, every single one, from the top to the bottom, the Jeff Zucker to the asshole out there sweeping the parking lot. You say, why? What did the guy sweeping the parking lot do? Because he knows, and he still accepts money to shut up. That, to me, is not my friend. At best, it's a silent enemy. D view, God forbid Hillary become the next president. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? We might elect Garfield the cat if they put a Democrat on him. Put a D on that motherfucker. Garfield be sitting in the chair. That'll be the most popular president ever. And that'll probably be legitimate. There are enough dumb motherfuckers out here to vote for a trans, one-legged black Garfield. Of course they'll do it. Do you take the most serious office in the history of the world? Blah, blah, blah. No. It's time to put a woman in there. It's time to put a black man in there. Let's get a Puerto Rican and put him in there. How about a Japanese-American prisoner of war? Let's put them in there. What, George Takei's not available? Oh, shit. Bishop of Eternity at Hammerhand, never trust someone without a sense of humor. Yeah. It's hard for me to it's hard for me to trust people that can't laugh. It's hard for me to actually sit in the same room with people that don't have some type of self-deprecation. You know, you need to be able to kind of poke fun at yourself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Whether you view it as heading it off at the pass or having it be a genuine thing where you can recognize the funniness in you, be it physical or anything else, mannerisms, because you certainly recognize them in other people if you recognize it in you. So I think that makes for a good thing all the way around. The unfortunate part about what's going on out here, well, it's one of many unfortunate parts, is that people aren't people anymore. They look like people. What Bruce Willis say? Negative. I'm a meat popsicle, because that's what they are. They're fucking meat popsicles. Retarded dwarf, CIA-controlled media, Hammer. Long time now. Yes, I know. Operation Clickety-Clack. Mockingbird. Yeah, man. Come on. I mean, look at the fucking analysts that are on Fox and CNN. They're all former DOJ, DEA, CIA, FBI. What the fuck? There's even spooks in DC and Marvel comics, man. And people are trying to act like this is a totally natural, organic fucking thing. No, Hoss, it's not. Your culture's gone. It's been strangled to death. You're living in its corpse. You got to figure out what you're going to do with that. Riddick Suker. Hope I get that right. I got 2 words for you. Trump Epstein. But let's not talk about that, right? Well, no, this is not the stream for that. Maybe we'll have a stream for that later on down the road. I couldn't give a shit about either one of them. One of them's deceased. Now, whether he deceased himself or not, I don't know. I wasn't there, but I have my opinions on it. Red Pill Preacher, Operation Mockingbird is in full effect. It still is. Look at the amount of nepotism that exists in media between, like, a lot of you don't know this. You know who Chuck Schumer is over there on the D side of things, right? The goofy fat broad that just hosted the Oscars is his, niece? Amy Schumer? It's everywhere, man. It's everywhere. A lot of these people think that they got into the party. They were invited, and they might not have known that they were invited. All of your entertainment is controlled opposition. It's a controlled asset. Now, are there problems with every division everywhere? Yep, there sure are. And that's what brings us to the topic of today. Putting my face on a video and then saying that that guy right there is associated with violent extremism, murder, rape, death. He must just hate them women, folk. I don't particularly like them. Then again, I don't really like most men. And that's because most of the people that you run into out here today are automatons. They're programmable. And they prove it every single time they open their mouths. Conal McCracken, keep the war band's name out your fucking mouth. That was War Smith that said that. Tried to run up on Chronic and slug him, but Chronic blew out in a cloud of kush. Couldn't find him. Gunsight 1. Hey, MGTOW, Matty. What's up? Angler MGTOW, Mountain Monk. Everybody is here. Oh, man. Is everybody here? I don't know if everybody's here. There's a lot of y'all in here, though. I'll tell you that. I'm looking at the other monitor over here. You can't see my other monitor, but I'm looking at my other monitor. Man, 650 of y'all. That's fucking insane. MGTOW Maddie, share this. See if we can get it to 1,000 watching. Well, I don't know if we'll get it to 1,000 tonight, but I have a sneaking suspicion that once we get 21 studios on here, which it's looking good for that to happen, should happen sometime this weekend. If it doesn't, I will let you all know the who's, the what's, the whens, and the wheres. And we can plan for it appropriately. And there's no rush. This stuff is out there. It's not going anywhere. But when you take somebody's business, you take somebody's face, and you start trying to draw parallels between death, destruction, murder, rape, misogyny, all of that unsavory shit, somebody's going to answer the call. Somebody's going to answer the bell that you're ringing out there. Plain and simple. And I don't want to have to be the one to deliver a body to Global News' network and say, hey, one of your cretins showed up and tried to harm me. And I'd like to make that very clear. Anybody that's out there listening, don't get it in your head that I can't hurt you. I'm an old man that walks away, says, fuck you, don't want no more to do with this. Not interested in the system, not interested in propagating the system, not interested in propping it up, not interested in marrying a single mom with 5 kids, not interested in telling you that virginity is not the ultimate virtue. I'm not interested in any of that. When you try to hook MGTOW and monks to these heinous acts, you're committing an act of war. Do you think that the government and the military are the only ones that can declare war? In a sanctioned sense, yes. In any other sense, no. Who, 346, see a lot of Mussolini happening. Well, yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. All this culture needed was a little bit of a push. That's it. It was not really that stable. And it was clear to see over the years, over the decades that have passed that I've been alive, that it was not really that stable. And that's unfortunate, isn't it? Because a lot of people thought it was pretty okay. Everybody was sort of kind of getting along. At the very least, they were able to tolerate one another, move past one another without taking exception to the fucking breeze. You would think that it would be a clear-cut case of what happened the other night out there on the Oscars. It was assault. It was not fake. I know that there's a lot of people that are saying it was fake. It was not fake. The LAPD was ready to take him into custody. Chris Rock declined. The Oscars themselves, that platform, had the ability to press on his behalf, and they declined. Period. The thing that's not so shocking. I mean, it was weird, but it's not so shocking. The thing that should really shock people is the amount of women that co-sign violence against men so that they can be pleased. You had one of them on the red carpet herself, Tiffany Haddish, the ghetto queen, talking about my Dolce and Gabbana. How it gave her hope to watch a man assault another man over an innocuous joke. Can you imagine how many men are going to be out there in the coming days, weeks, and months hurting other men at the behest of bitches now. We've already seen it happen on track and field just a day ago. Black man runs up behind a white leader, clubs him in the fucking head, and knocks him out. You live in bizarro world. But even in bizarro world, bullets fucking work. So, gentlemen, if you're concerned about your safety, and you probably should be, make sure that you arm yourselves accordingly. Keep your head on a swivel and don't get caught out. You never know where it's going to come from now. 10,000 years of delay. Sue CNN and all of the outlets on the boob tube. They will get what they deserve. Well, CNN didn't publish it. It was Global News, CBC, and their parent company, Cursor Entertainment, that published it, that put my face out there, that put 21 Studios company logo out there and associated it with that heinous shit. America's DeVille, Mockingbird Media. Absolutely. Gang, this has been the thing since pimping was pimping. It's always been this way. It's just now people are becoming really aware. Even the fucking normies, the bitches that are buried out there in propaganda, are starting to turn the side eye and say, you know, this just doesn't seem right. And it confuses a lot of them because they haven't put the pieces together. Well, they haven't been given the opportunity to put the pieces together. They just believe what they're told. Like I said, they're programmable automatons. You few that have woken up, some of you in this stream right now, you get it. You understand. But even some of you need some work. How do you like the anti-groomer bill passed in Florida? Of course, all of the queers and the weirdos, they didn't call it an anti-groomer bill. It's the don't say gay bill. We need to be able to professionally speak to your 3-year-olds. Yes. Two behind the fucking ear. How about all of the leaked Disney memos, the Zoom calls that are coming out now, where they tell you straight the fuck up, 50% of all Disney characters will be gay, queer, lesbian, trans, pink-haired, purple-haired, blue-haired, fagots everywhere. Disney's dead. I would vote for Ghostbusters to be real so that we could unleash the ghost of Disney Pass and come and eat these motherfuckers' asses right off their backs and take them straight to hell. I would. I'd vote for that. I would. Like the real fucking Ghostbusters, you know what I'm saying? Not them bitches, not the bitch crew. Fozzie Knob, we all gonna do some legal learning, boys. Howdy. Pudis Pincer, greetings from Mexico, Mentor Hammer. I don't know if you want to choose me as a mentor now. I'm an old 25-year-old grandpa incel. Apparently, I did something wrong. Chris Mitchell, brother Silver Bullet. Tiger Bear, they were gay. Gay. You guys, look, I can't tell you how to live. I can only suggest people need to become a lot more brazen and stand up for themselves. You got to stand up for yourself. And if you're going to stand up for yourself, you have to be willing to lose. You have to be willing to lose a job. And I know that that's a tough fucking thing for a lot of people out here to do. It really is. And that keeps a lot of people quiet. That's the amount of power that these folks have over you. Home Depot is schooling its employees on their Hugh White Supreme Pizza privilege. I spoke with an employee at Home Depot on a delivery route. I won't say when. Asked them how their white privilege brainwashing was going, and they said it's fucking awful. It's embarrassing. But that's the way that these things are going. And if you guys keep supporting them, if you keep buying Disney Plus, if you keep paying your ticket money for movies, I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. But not beyond this point. This thing with, I was done with Disney already, but this newest, that's it. This newest thing with Disney, that's it. It's all gone. The Pop Culture Rocks channel that I have, I think I'm going to focus on, past entertainment, stuff like that. This new shit, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. I can't. It's the most disgusting, repulsive, repugnant shit. You see what happens when you give mental illness and people that belong on the short bus the most powerful seat in the room? They don't care about equity or equality. They care about putting you in a fucking place, making you feel a certain kind of way. That's what they care about. They care about exacting revenge on you for things that they never lived. That's what they care about. They care about making you feel what it must be like to have no arms and one eyeball that twitches all day and night. And I'm sorry for you if that's the life that you've got, but I can't do anything about the life that you've got. And it's not my life. Make the best of your life in your twitchy eyeball. And stop trying to make me feel your twitchy eyeball. I don't want that. I don't want your gay politics. I don't want your child fucking. I don't want your brainwashing. And I don't want global news and their parent company and the CBC trying to get me fucking smoked by a lunatic because they like to try to draw parallels between actual lunatics and people that just want to be left alone. Do you know what the fastest way is to fuck with a guy that just wants to be left alone? It's to not leave him alone. And you wake that fucking giant up, and guess what you've got? You better bring a lot of body bags with you. A lot. That particular kind of guy is everywhere. And it's not because he can't get laid. It's because he's under constant indoctrination. It's because he's being disenfranchised everywhere. And there's a lot of us that just ain't going to take it. Let me get down to the bottom of these chats here. 724 of you crazy son of a bitches in this house tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. MGTOW Maddie, here come that 1,000. I doubt that. I don't think we'll get there. But still 730, 35 now. That's not bad, brothers. That's not bad. That's a good crowd tonight. Fernando Aguiar, absolutely true. Mass manipulation everywhere. Strange, beautiful music. Stay cool, Hammer. I'm cool, brother. I'm cool. It takes a lot for me to lose my cool. Being a little verbally aggressive is not me losing my cool. It's just making the point with words. You know what I'm saying? Devlin McBain, and he isn't stupid as they wished he was. No, he is not. As many of you are not. You know what I'm saying? Day Moonwolf, MGTOW, the beast is sleeping, not dead. And if you fucking wake that beast up, oh man, it makes my skin crawl thinking about what's going to happen to you. It's going to be fucking ugly on a level that these people have never experienced. Terrible shit. Terrible for them. Mr. Mondesser Hammerhand, you're the only one that gets it. I don't know about the only one. I got to get to work, but I'll catch the rest on the replay. Stay strong, man. Thank you, Mr. Mondesser. I appreciate you, brother. I am not the only one that gets it. Trust me, man. I'm not the only one that gets it. I may be one of the only voices that you hear, but we get more and more and more and more content creators every single day. And I tell those content creators, I catch them every once in a while, like one of our friends, MGTOW Quiet Earp, right? Doesn't get a lot of hits, doesn't get, fantastical numbers, but the man has something to say. And when he's thinking about quitting, I say to him, don't quit. You don't have to have 10,000 people watching. If you've got 3 people watching, you're talking to 3 people. 3 people that need to hear what you're saying. They're relating to you, my man. Anybody. El Mal Checkmate. The same way. Y'all probably haven't heard of him. Same way. So many guys out there that have a channel that's a smaller channel. I was a smaller channel. I refuse to be dummied. And I think it's going to take a lot more of people refusing to be dummied. I just won't be. I won't be. Daryl Dundee, the government doesn't like that. I don't really care what the government likes. I realize that the government can snuff you at a moment's notice. I know that. I'm not dumb. I'm not ignorant to the fact that they've done this all over the world. I mean, hell, they were gloating about it in the last administration when he was blowing up Iraqi generals on tarmacs. It is what it is, right? I realize that they can do it. I realize that they could put a fucking tomahawk in this building right now. Wouldn't that be some shit? Get smoked live on air in front of 730 sets of eyeballs. Don't ever think that it can't happen. In his mind, Hammerhand, are you up for a conversation on this? Because I'd like to come onto the air to talk about this. I don't know. I think we will probably have time during the weekend after we get the 21 Studios deal set. To the best of my knowledge, that's going to go off. Now, if for some reason it does not go off, don't be surprised. Don't be irritated or aggravated. It just is what it is. He's a busy man. I'm a busy man. Sometimes the schedules just don't work. But we'll see how it goes. And at that point in time, I think maybe we could do an open forum after the fact. If Anthony is keen to do it while we're on the air, then we'll do it while we're on the air, get some comments in, do what we got to do, and just move on down the road with that one. Ebor 171. Did I get that right? Ebor. Well, have a good day, fellas. First time to take the bear killer for a walk. Hold the line and hold your morals, ethics, values, and because pretty soon that's all you're going to have. Mark my words. Yeah. Yes, sir. You do your thing. Have a good walk. Surf Shack 2 pisses you off, doesn't it? It irritates me. It bugs me that people can look you directly in the face and say, I just don't like what you're saying there, sir. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and jeopardize your life. I want to try desperately to link you to extremism. I want to link you to murderers and rapists and killers. That's what I want to link you to. Oh, what'd you say there? You're just walking away. Oh, no. We can't have you just walk away, homie. We need your money. We need your productivity. We need you participating. If you're not a gear, if you're not a cog in the machine, well, then we have no use for you. So then if we don't have no use for you, if you refuse to participate, we'll just demonize you. We'll vilify you. You're just some buster that's walking away. Oh, isn't that quaint? He's a MGTOW. No, he's just some guy that sees the risk. The risk of being with you is not worth the reward of having you. It costs too much to live up to your expectations of me. See, my expectations of me are pretty down to earth. They're pretty down to earth. I mean, as far as an American is concerned, let me say that, because the outrageous amount of stuff that I have that I've collected over the last 15 years or so, and it's taken 15 years to put the collection in play, to make it where it's truly a world-class deal. Any of you that watch my shorts know that. I love the stuff that I have. I love being able to do that. And I can do it at my pace, in my good time, if I choose to or don't choose to. Now, you could say that if you were doing that with a female, that it would constitute some kind of economic abuse. Have you heard that? Because that's sweeping through the Western world. Your bitch wants to go to the store and spend $700 that you ain't got, and you correct her. Well, that's economic abuse. She wants to drive you into the poorhouse, and you say no. Well, that's economic abuse. You're just not financially, economically attractive. You're the greatest fucking thing on earth. You look so good. Oh, what's that? You've only got 150,000 in the bank. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't do that. My standards are so much higher. When people say things like that, I laugh out loud. It's like a belly laugh. Like shit starts in my fucking diaphragm and just explodes out my neck and teeth. The wind whistles past my teeth. That's how hard I laugh when I hear people say that. Hoes that have nothing to bring to the fucking table. Zero. Well, I brought this. I said, what? A body? You think that that's what I'm in this for? Is a body? Did you ever think you'd see the day where media would be attempting to extort complacency from people? That they would be attempting to extort. They want you to go out there and date. They want you to go out there and make babies. They want you to shut the fuck up. Except you ain't shutting the fuck up. You guys ain't being quiet. As a matter of fact, those of you that are content creators are kind of loud. And that's kind of good. Do you see the thousands, hundreds of thousands of females everywhere spasming in unison? I see it. But baby, I thought you were tough. Thought you was all that. You're equal. You got a job, you got money, you got a car, you got a house, you got a PhD. It's all paid. Oh, what's that? You're 38? Oh, so you got like one egg left. Oh man, I'm sorry. Well, I kind of wanted a family and shit, and I don't want to spend $50,000 on an in vitro. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut you loose. I'm sorry. That's the world that we live in, bros. That's the world that you live in, where your government and your media participates in trying to extort you into relationships. They try to fearmonger you into relationships by persecuting one or two or three other people. Well, if they could do it to Hammerhand, what could they do to me? Well, if they can do it to Roger fucking Stone and Donald Trump, they can do it to anyone, right? Exactamundo. That's exactly right. When the Department of Homeland Defense, which you might as well call them the brand new SS, comes out and has a fucking report on terrorist incels? Are you fucking kidding? Is that a joke? Terrorist incels? Most of these fucking kids can't get out of their bed. They can't put their fucking pants on in under 10 minutes. No disrespect, y'all, but that's kind of the way it is. And now they're supposed to be terrorists because they get a little shitty because they can't get laid? I'm sorry that somebody went out and murked a whole bunch of people, but that's not the average guy. That's the guy that I guarantee you was screaming for help, and all the 3 or 4, 5, 6,000 female institutions out here turned their back on him. You can only disenfranchise us for so long. You can only do this for so long. And I'm telling you, you're going to get a lot more than you bargained for. See, that's a threat of violence. No, it's not. It's looking into the future. It's seeing what the future is going to be. If you have 5 more years of what you've got right now today, or it intensifies, you can kiss your fucking civilization goodbye. It's gone. It's gone. The U.S. will turn into the most prosperous African nation in the world. But it won't be there for long. That's just the way it's going to be. And I'm at peace with that. Because before I will go and lay down with these fucking rattlesnakes, before I will accept this as my norm in my life, I'd just as soon die. Now, I don't mean that in a harmful, hurtful, shitty way. It's not a nihilistic saying. It's not a threat of suicide. Don't call the cops. Ain't any of that shit. I have a standard that I live to. That is the standard that I live to. I don't need this shit. I don't have to have it. And I certainly don't need to take that type of bullying or intimidation from a major news service. So yeah, it's on. It's on. We'll find out if Anthony Johnson in 21 Studios feels the same way. And I'm sure that they won't be the only ones. It's time to get up and start kicking these motherfuckers in the teeth. You cannot do and say whatever you want to do and say. Those days are gone. Not without repercussion, not without paying the price. But Hammer, what about free speech? You have free speech. You're not free from the consequences of free speech. You know what I'm saying? If you yell fire in a crowded movie theater and somebody dies, you don't get to walk away. Likewise, if you plaster somebody's face all over an article that exclaims them to be murderers and rapists and contributing to the death of innocent women, fuck those guys that died, just the innocent women. It's noteworthy that 9 of them were women. You are damaging and permanently tarnishing that person, or trying to. And that's right around the corner for any of you. Any of you that are thinking about being content creators, take this as a lesson. Go into it with your eyes open. I did. I knew at some point in time this was going to happen. To be frank, it took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. Now, don't get me wrong. A SWAT team hasn't showed up at the house yet. But it's only a matter of time. Folks like Tim Pool getting swatted. There was a couple of others that got swatted. Didn't the Quartering get swatted? I can't remember if he did or not. But for me, it's time to just admit to myself that I have a larger role in life to play than I thought I would. And I'm okay with that. I'll take it. It's tiring. It gets tiring. It gets troublesome. But waking up every day is tiring and troublesome. So I'll take it. Let's get in these chats real quick. MGTOW Cowboy. If you're a content creator, don't show your face. Don't show your face. if you're going to be serious about your content creation, get a burner phone. Try not to hook any critical information to PayPal. You know, I think you can use a Cash App, or you can get a prepaid Visa or anything like that. If you wanted to start taking donations, it can be dropped on that particular card. It's not traceable. You don't want these people looking you up, because trust me, all manner of people are trying to find out who you are. I knew eventually that would happen. That's why I had no problem putting my docs out there. I did that. I put my information out. So when people come around every year or so and they're like, we've got Hammerhand's docs. It's been out there for 8 fucking years, homie. Relax. Moisture Patrol. I like that. Moisture Patrol. Monk mode. Absolutely, man. Pooping while standing. That seems uncomfortable and slick. At JD Miles, just subbed to you. Got to go back and watch the Sexless Karen video. That looks great. Fortis King X. Rhodesian War. Look it up. There's no need to look it up. I know what the Rhodesian War is. You know, that's Zimbabwe now, isn't it? Yeah. Same thing's going on in South Africa. And they're trying to do the same thing here. Gentlemen, when I tell you that the entire structure of this is working to keep you in one place and sell you an illusion so that you will live your life out in it, I'm not kidding. It's not a joke. Not a joke. And this is just part of it. Media intimidation is part of it. You may not realize that you're being intimidated by the media on a daily basis when they're trying to sell you a fake war between Russia and the Ukraine. When they're trying to sell you on financing Israel for the next 10,000 fucking years. When they're trying to get you to cozy up to the Saudis, who just murdered a Western journalist a few years ago, cut him up and disposed of him. Jamal Khashoggi, was it? Yeah, folks. Our people are no better and no cleaner than any other people. Diablo Lord of Terror. It's fascist country. A whole big portion of it is. And they're okay with it. Jordy Grant. They're scared of you, Hammer. Tim Pool is a noodle compared to you. They're not scared of me. They're not scared of me. I'm a minor inconvenience. That's why I keep getting swatted off of these platforms like a gnat. The apparatus of this country is not scared of one man with pointy opinions. They're not scared. If anybody out there is scared at all, it might be the somewhat self-aware female. She would have a reason to be scared. And that's only because her position in this world is 100% fake. It's absolutely fraudulent. It exists solely on the goodwill of the men around them and the corruption of the men that put them where they're at. Moises Ledsma, hey, Hammerhand, get your lawyers ready. We're working on it. Ian Blades, no face, fake names are the way. Yeah. Don't show your face and come up with a handle. Free Ross, the fact that Undead Chronic and thousands of Warband members can't show their faces because they'll be fired from their jobs because of our opinions shows free speech is currently dog shit. Well, free speech is legit. It's still enshrined. But these fuckers are digging holes in tunnels underneath it to bury it. They want it gone. And every single year that goes by, they get more and more and more people in this country that are happy to see it go. That's why they stopped importing Europeans and started importing people from communist countries or countries with dictators. Because over here, It's the land of milk and honey, even though it's run just like a dictatorship. But it's a lot better than where they came from. So they'll gladly sell out the indigenous population and vote the way that they're told to vote. It's what they do. That's why they're here. It's the only reason that they're here. All that other shit, it's a marketing resource campaign exercise. King Rudd, do you remember the special CNN did on Big John a few years ago? I remember how foolish it was. He taped almost an hour with them, and they aired just about 4 minutes. That was foolish. I like John, but that was foolish. Osmandius the Misanthrope. Be prepared, all of you, and especially you, Hammerhand. They will glow in the dark soon enough. Maybe. Old school, celibate monk mode only. I personally, yes, that's me. That's me. Don't fuck with them. Don't mess with them. Hi and bye. How you doing? And all that shit. Blah, 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 blah. Just on my way. Zool. That's the struggle. Christopher Michael, let's hope Chris and Will do not fight after all that. Otherwise, the narcissists win. Successful endeavors. Bullseye on your back. Hammerhand. Well, it's a big back, so it's a big bullseye. 8chan, JD Miles, the woman beater. Oh, man. Uninvited party crasher. Tim Pool's swatting twice could have been for ratings. I don't know, man. There's so much of that stupid shit going on. I have to believe it was legit. It could have been a ratings thing, but from what I'm told, the police were actually contacted. You know, if you go to the local police there where he's at, it shows up on their bulletin board. So I doubt very seriously that they're going to cooperate with him. Psychosoap 2, he got swatted twice in one day. Wow. Now, Male Superiority 2, Hammer has a bounty. You got to tell me about it. Diablo Lord of Terror, damn. Dumb shit, almost broke my steak, Hammer. Almost broke my streak, Hammer. Went back to work instead. Stay strong, brothers. Moises Ledsman, hey, Hammerhand, get your lawyers ready and drop the hammer. Canal McCracken, the purple-haired army are always ready to pounce. Of course they are. It's what they do. It's all that they do, gentlemen. It's all that they do. They've had the culture for 70 years. Firmly, not even a contest. All the shit that everybody thought was so unimportant, they concentrated on. And they fortified it, and they took it over. The mask has come off of everything. Everything. You thought a few years ago when people were stripping down and showing you just exactly what they looked like bucket naked that you had seen it all. That's just not the truth. You haven't seen it all. There will still be things coming out in the future that are going to blow your mind. For you grizzled fucking vets out there that think you've seen it all, there's going to be things that are going to make you go, that eyebrow's going to come up. You're going to get the side eye. We ain't seen it all, not by a damn sight. But I'll tell you what we have seen. We've seen this tired ass old game of media demonizing people that do not go with the flow. But here recently, we've seen a few people take those motherfuckers out. We have seen a few people do what they were supposed to do, sue their fucking balls off and win. The Covington Christian kids sued their balls off and won. Kyle Rittenhouse sued their balls off and won. And if it comes down to it, I'm going to sue their balls off and I'm going to win. Dr. Disrespect apparently just got himself a real big deal with Twitch. sued their balls off, and he won. These people don't have any problem depriving you of your rights. They're going to put it firmly in your court. You have to go fight for them. In his mind, just sent you an email, Hammerhand. Love hearing you talk, and though I don't agree with everything you've said, there's a lot I do, and many men need to hear what you're saying. Well, man, if you agreed with everything that I said, that would kind of be a problem. So I'm glad that you have some differences and that I have some differences. I can vehemently disagree with somebody about just about anything, really, and sit down and talk to them. I mean it. Have a nice, decent, respectful conversation. There doesn't have to be all of the yelling, all of the finger pointing, all of the fuck you motherfuckers. You don't have to do that. If shit gets heated, okay, you can calm it down. You can calm it down. If you just can't make any headway on a point, you can push that shit to the side and try to make some headway somewhere else. It's all good. There are some rocks that people will not be moved off of. There are some hills that motherfuckers will just die on no matter what. Right, wrong, or indifferent. And that's okay. That's okay. Even if I feel that they're misguided as fuck, at least they have some kind of principle. Thumper, it's easy to know what is coming. They are following a plan. It's not the first time it's been tried. History shows you that what they will do next. The only thing that changes is the small stuff. Our man, the Duke lacrosse guys, should have done the same. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Pooping while standing. I miss Barbarossa. He, Stardust, Spetsnaz, Sandman, and TFM were the first MGTOW content creators I started following back in 2012. I wish, Stardust, to the best of my knowledge, is still here. Spetsnaz is very intermittent. Barbarossa is hardly ever. TFM is where you can find him. And yeah. I see you in there, Quiet Earp. What's up, homie? Gunsight 1 at MGTOW Quiet Earp. Hammer mentioned your channel earlier. Yeah, of course. Of course. Devlin McBain, stay calm and watch the snowflakes melt before your cruel, stoic exterior. Christopher Michael, Admiralty Maritime Law versus Constitutional. Here's one for you. Fuck all of them. Fuck them all. There's no one that can grant me rights. No one that walks this earth. No one. And no one can take them away. I know how to live. I have a book over here that tells me how to live. I take a few liberties on my own, of course. You know what book I'm talking about. Way of the Kodiak. Damn. Lost their balls. Right and path. Without tyrant bloodshed, how can you fathom to be free? Well, I think, unfortunately, when it comes down to it, if people are fighting for real, true freedom, they're also fighting for the ability to starve to death. They're fighting for the ability to die from a toothache. They're fighting for the right to die during childbirth. That's real, true freedom. You're fighting for the ability to not have any electricity, no lights. Almost everything that you have here, every modern convenience of every kind, government or corporation has their fingers in it, and they want to keep you paying for it. The pay thing is a phantom. It's a ghost. The monetary system doesn't really exist. You see, it's something to keep you in shackles without actually giving you shackles. And then all of the other ways that you can make a living out there have been outlawed or restricted so heavily that it's not worth your time or your ability. Any piece of land that you could go to and make your home has been declared government land or forestry land. Or it's off limits because we found butterfly eggs of a certain type here. You see? So then you risk living in violation of the law. And trust me, They will go to the depths of Montana. They will go to the Kodiak to drag your fucking ass out of there screaming and kicking. Just because. Because if you do it, somebody else is going to want to do it. Ask the freemen of Montana. Ask Lavoy Finicum. Ask the cattle ranchers in Texas that they tried to steal their land from in Arizona. The Department of the Interior are fucking scumbags and crooks. Madara, make the earth flat again or stop complaining about feminism because the Arabs don't have to endure any of this. That's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. I was just watching the Formula One Grand Prix of Saudi Arabia last weekend. You know what the first thing is that they flashed? Bitches driving cars with their brand new licenses and uncovered faces. The advancement of women's rights in Saudi Arabia. The Arabs, the brown skins over there that stick to that shit about, oh, I guess Islam was right. That is a fucking mantra that chipmunks and gophers talk about all day long while they're deluding themselves into believing that they're not being overrun by gynocentrism. And I ain't trying to come off on you wrong, Madara. I'm just saying. That's just what it is. That was the first fucking thing that they showed on the Formula One broadcast. Female drivers. You know, because of course, if you can drive a fucking street car like a moron, you should be able to drive a Formula One car. They're trying to big up this brand new broad that they brought over here to IndyCar, Tatiana Calderon. She's the third driver, like a Friday driver for Alfa Romeo last year. Has done nothing in 11 years. And somehow she has a top flight ride here in the United States. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Mr. Smith, the athletic, two-time back-to-back champion. Yes, sir. Tetris, I believe. John Gorsuch collectively was trying for a minimum of 1 million men to start to make a difference. The numbers just weren't there. You know, men don't do this. Do you know why men don't do this? They don't do it because their lives are not hard enough. Women do it because they chipped a nail. I'm not joking with you. You can get 1 million bitches in pussy hats on the fucking street right now if you tell them that they have a moratorium on baby killing. Oh man, watch the pussy flood into the streets. Now, if you took away all the tools in the United States, you might get men in an uproar. Maybe. King Rudd. The first thing the powers did was label George Washington a terrorist before the revolution. Tito D, Earth is flat. What the fuck? Yeah, it looked real fucking flat from orbit when you could see the curvature, the corona. MGTOW, Quiet Earth, you were just talking about me. Yes, sir, I was. Fortis King X, something about Tree of Liberty being watered with blood of tyrants and such. Yeah, I've heard that one too. Ian Blades, men, don't fall to your feelings. You can have feelings, guys. No one's telling you that you can't show emotion or express yourself if you have to. Don't live in that pool of emotion. Unfortunately, probably, I don't have statistical data to back it up, but I'd be willing to bet that the majority of the men in this stream right now were raised by single mothers. If you happen to have both parents at home, you probably had an absentee father. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the dad was bad. Could have been working all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Could have been not home because he couldn't deal with the old lady. That shit happens too. And it's always taken out on the kid. Always. It's just the way that we're raised. Most of us are raised to be hardwired, emotional people. You've got a female brain because you grew up that way and a male body. And that's a devastating combination. Ask Leah Thomas. MGTOW, Quiet Earth, thanks for the shout out. You got it, man. Anytime. Madara, the earth is whatever we say it is. Well, it's round. DB Cooper at Tito D. Yes, it is. Daryl Dundee. Yeah, Earth, great to see you. Gunsight 1, thanks for the link at One Fast DAC. Success Pool Endeavors. Madara, not a good time to be trolling, bud. Are you trolling, Madara? Or are you just playing around? It's like Soap 2 and Coltane. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a ton of the older guys, what I would consider to be the first gen media MGTOW, monks, red pillars, before red pill was just completely co-opted and turned into the dating roach scene. Red pill is still alive. It's out there. It's just that a lot of real, legitimate red pill awakening thoughts are underground. They're underground. They don't associate themselves with this fucking milquetoast trash that's out here posing as red pill. And I don't blame them. Osmandius, the Godfathers, TFM, is on BitChute. Damn, I kind of wish I was still on BitChute, but it's such a miserable fucking system. If they get it straightened out, I may think about going back to it. Good Mother, the only plan they have is to win. And I would put more in that. I would say at any cost. There's no price that these people will not pay. There's no price that they won't pay. There's no amount of generational slavery that they won't commit to. There's nothing that they won't do. They've already demonstrated that there is nothing that they won't do. Emily Linden, if we have to break a few men just to get some justice, it's a price I'm willing to pay. Echoed by a million bitches. And most of your politicians and your law enforcement and your Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. But they're people, Hammer. Yeah, but they're people that enforce your cage. They steal your cage. They don't steal it and take it away. They make it harder, stronger. That's just what it was. Was TFM around in 2012? Doubt it. I don't know. I ran into him in 14. So maybe. Don't hold me to it. Tito D, TFM was not doing content in 2012. Well, there you go. Madura, I'm serious as fuck, bro. Accept truth or live the lie. I don't know what truth you want me to accept. Doberman owner for life. MGTOW interferes with the kid fucker psychological operation we're living in. I won't dispute that. 730 sets of eyeballs still in the house, moving in on 1.5 hours. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you tremendously. Wrenches, love you as always. Way of the Kodiak, Army is easily spotted nowadays. Head looking like, yeah. And they got their little rainbow flag next to their American patch. Scumbags. Killjoy Redo, Archangel. Don't forget Liberation Y. Don't forget David Carroll. Don't forget MGTOW Savior. Renegade 1. MGTOW Savior is not deceased, by the way. I'm just kind of rattling some guys off there. Robert Franz, Hammer. What's happening? Nothing. Chilling. Mandate. Movie voice, Hammerhand. Oh, not as much as the filthy ginger hamster. He's got a movie voice. Mr. Smith, Koteri, CS MGTOW. I haven't seen CS MGTOW. Is that Canadian MGTOW as well? Or are those two different guys? I haven't seen them for a long time. Strange, Beautiful Music, Stardusk. Don Schmidtke, respect to Quiet Herb. Ghost Lachlan, TFM is still alive and well. MGTOW TV, Rumble, and Odyssey. Oh, man. MGTOW Live, Hammerhand was my first. Oh, man, that sounds a particular way. Rephrase that, homie. Hockey Mask Time, TFM streams Wednesdays and Saturdays. I'll have to get in on one of those. I really will. Old School 626 in the Bible, Proverbs is a good red pill book. Check it out. Brofessor and the Rock Era. Let's talk books. Maybe on another stream. Fortis King X. God will give me justice, Edmund Dantes. MGTOW Live. Then Sydney MGTOW. And we haven't seen Sydney for a while. So I think Sydney's laying low. He might have found him a job that compromises him. So he had kind of alluded to that. So if he's not around because he has to feed his face and put a roof over his head, I get it. I understand. You know, like I said, stepping into this, you have to be prepared to lose initially. And you're going to do a lot of it initially. Dragon Slayer Mar. Yeah, I'm not reading that. I'm sorry, I'm not reading that. Good on you, brother, but I'm not reading that. Moisture Patrol. Glad I moved into the Canuck prairies out of southern Ontario metropolis. Hardly any people, no traffic jams, fresh air, lots of unofficial rifle ranges, cheap property too. Man, it sounds beautiful. Sounds beautiful. Gunsight 1, your rights are inalienable. They are given by God. Co-signed. DJ MIA, the moment someone gives you rights, they are no longer rights. They are privileges. Well, here's another one. And I agree with you, by the way. If they can give you rights, they can take those rights. You see? It's that fucking simple. We just went through 2.5 years of your government, your medical institutions, your legal institutions muscling the population of the world. These few thousand people kicking in the teeth of billions. Now you tell me where that makes sense. It doesn't. The only way that you can do that is if you have weak, stupid, infirmed populations. And we've got plenty of that. Good mother, our justice system is corrupt. The people in charge are incompetent. And let's not forget evil. Fucking evil. Sadunar Chronic was the first Manosphere guy I found. Stopped looking after that. Damn, one and done. Sounds good to me. Fast Dad. Whoa, my pleasure. Brother, Quiet Herb. Uninvited party crasher. Personally, I try to have conversation, but I do see my faults when I am diametrically opposed to an argument that I find completely ridiculous. Well, do you see your faults? I mean, or do you acquiesce to a stronger point of view? Something to explore there. Osmandius, without cowards, there would be no tyrants. Well, I don't know about that, man. I think that there probably would be. It'd just be a stronger type of tyrant. Somebody that's more dedicated, more vicious, more direct with violence. And we have seen that all throughout history. Strange, beautiful music. Just started listening to Stardust. Elihu Youngblood. Love you, Hammerhand. Well, thanks, man. Love back. Much appreciation. Hank Koya. Jesus is MGTOW. Well, Jesus is Jesus. I'm not going to go and assign numbers and digits to the Almighty or the Son of the Almighty. So that'll be on them. R-Man, I'll still go back and watch some of Barbar's videos many times. Him and many others. While we're on the subject, remember the MGTOW Mirror Project. If you want to catch any of that old content, the stuff that's been swept off of the net time and time again, our brothers, MGTOW Monger and Zeitgeist Eater, who just had his channel canceled, I believe, put their heart and soul into the MGTOW Mirror Project. Just Google it or put it in Brave, put it in DuckDuckGo. It'll come up, and you will have shit to watch and listen to for months, nonstop. There's a lot of it. Those boys did a hell of a job. Silver Bullet Hammerhand was my first. Again, well, thank you, sir. Alien Rockin' Head, I think in November we will see more crazy stuff. Well, you know how it's going to be, man. Everybody's going to be claiming victory before the votes are even cast. And, you know, it's going to be that thing where everything is split right down the fucking line. 1% here, 2% there is going to make it. I find it very, very difficult to believe that the demographic in this country is that split down the middle, that there's fully 50% commie Marxist cocksucker motherfuckers in this country. But I guess the election evidence bears that out. So fuck me. Zool, I'm more on the Buddhist side, but there's plenty of wisdom in the book as well. Of course there is. Of course, any of the holier guides, the spirit guides out there, any of the ancient Greek, all good stuff. The ancient Roman, the Byzantine writings, the Library of Alexandria, if you can get any of it. MGTOW Live, Jesus is my savior. As well he should be. Moisture Patrol, Truth About Freedom, Live or Die by Your Own Hand. Brandon Trueblood, rest in peace, Vention MGTOW. I'm glad they didn't go after him. He was a gentleman. No, they just come after him after he's dead. A lot of hard motherfuckers out there going in on a dead man. Now, I'm going to be the first one to tell you that if you are an asshole and a moron in life, death does not shield you from being an asshole and a moron in criticism after you die. Except that wasn't Vention. Vention was a good guy. He did his shit the right way. He helped a lot of people. He could come down out of the sky with wings on his back and would still have detractors. Those people I don't waste my time on. And you shouldn't either. Just my opinion. Critical Libertarian Hammerhand, you're awesome, dude. Shout out from East Tennessee. Keep spreading the good word. Thank you, sir. And watch your ass out there in Tennessee, man. It's my understanding that it's starting to become kind of a liberal shithole. So, and I know Nashville, especially downtown Nashville, is really kind of going to hell. Memphis is kind of in trouble. So just be careful. Be careful. Christopher Michael, but Ghislaine is still alive. Another Zionist Khazar. I don't know. I think she's probably in a room somewhere being drained of information. Or she's at a Holiday Inn. Because she knows too many people, has too many death safe traps, and that shit's ready to go to the news if she gets treated poorly. So yeah, she probably got put in a witness protection program, Paris Hilton style, and she's just being taken care of. The show was for you. Don't get that shit twisted. DJ MIA, it's a construct. Most of it is. America's DeVille, a prison masquerading as a republic. Well, it's still a republic. But if you're going to get anybody to stand up and fight for the motherfucker, that remains to be seen. I don't think that you're going to. I don't think that you're going to. I think most rational people really realize that it's over. That's not a nihilistic statement. That's just a statement of realism. And we're just kind of hanging around and waiting to see what comes of it. So maybe it'll be here before the end of my life. I don't know. Like I've said many times, I hope whatever comes after this is better for the population than what these people have done to this place. It had just a galaxy of potential. Still has tremendous potential, but it's been blunted so badly. It's been treated so poorly. Our people have been shit on, just shit on. by our own people. Of course. I mean, how could it be any other way? Michael Guevara, peace be upon you, Mohanad. Indy MGTOW, love, Vention. DB Cooper, definitely don't research star forts. Schlitz malt liquor, low-life motherfuckers disparaging Vention are the worst kind of trash. Well, that motherfucker went off the deep end. He went off the deep end. I don't know what to tell you about that guy, man. I used to sit around and listen to him like every single time he would cut up on a video. And then when he got kicked off BitChute, something really fucked up happened to him. I don't know. I think he just saw the grift. You know, comes back and decides that he's just going to go full in on trying to get women. 180-degree turn. It is what it is. Scroll crates. Dead man switch. Yeah, dead bitches switch. Maniac man. Too many. Success pool endeavors. JD, your boy Jeff was in the chat earlier. Oh no! Tell him to get that ratty-haired bitch in here so she can say something. Come on, get your ovaries up, bitch. Polska Bob, she probably back at the house she bought with cash. It's Wesley, the I-70 Mad Hatter. And please don't research mud floods. Osmandius God, not that yard. Oh, man. Daniel Goff, 904 on the likes. Say it's not so. That's impossible. It's impossible. But it's very much appreciated. If it's true now, I haven't been able to look at it, so if it's true. That's very, very, very decent, nice and sweet of y'all. Thank you so much. Madara, listen to me. Okay, man, I'm listening. Hold on. Let me read this. Space agencies are an NWA Tower of Babel themed deception created to serve as a catalyst for the secularization of society. You know what secular means. This is everything. That was a mouthful, Madara. That was a mouthful. JD Miles, yeah, I know that Jeff I band. Oh shit, the band hammer. Mountain Monk, all cities are going to shit, and that's why you should get out of them. You know, I was running about 2 hours away from my home base today. Let me back this mic off a little bit. From my home base today, and just out in the fucking country, winding through the mountains, and man, that was fun. You know, and I took a few minutes to just kind of drift a little bit and think how nice it would be to get me a little homestead or something out there. I don't know if that'll ever happen. I could disappear right now and be completely fine with it. I know there's some lurkers in here to say, bitch, please disappear. Disappear. I'll be just fine with it too. I could disappear right now and be 100. Just be great. Be wonderful. You know, I have rebuilt my life 2 times, and I've said before, there's a case to be made for 3. And I'm in the best position that I've ever been in life. Do you know what I did different this time? I did not repeat the mistakes that I made the first 2. I started rebuilding this life with no one in tow. Now, I'm not talking about my son. My son's part of the deal. I didn't have anybody dragging me down, trying to fucking choke me out while I was running down the road trying to make money. Bitching and nagging about how much I'm not home while I'm on the road trying to make money. Breaking my fucking shit, selling my stuff, making dates behind my back, including me in shit that I said don't include me in. Oh man, you're trying to control me. How the fuck is me not wanting to do something controlling you? That's the kind of shit that comes up, man. And that's the kind of shit that I decided to leave behind. And of course, every once in a while, when she comes to pick him up, she has to use the fucking bathroom. So I don't make her go in the hallway and piss like a dog. I let her use my bathroom. And every single time, her eyeballs are wide as fuck when she's walking in here. And she sees 174 G.I. Joes on the wall, a 75-inch TV, 300 movies, lots of happiness, walls covered with everything that I love. Well, let's say like a lot. I don't know about love. I reserve love for very special things. I didn't repeat the mistakes, gents. I didn't repeat the mistake. Now, if you can go out there and make it work, good luck to you. You're a better man than I am. I have no problem saying that. Let me get back in that chat real quick. Schlitz malt liquor, no fucking albatross around my neck. Got no time for hoes. Monk mode, 5+ years. Oh man, that's some inflammatory shit. You better watch out. Some news organization's gonna feature you, you criminal. Good mother, those who don't learn how to control themselves need to be controlled. I don't know about that. I don't think I can endorse that. I don't have enough time to go around trying to control people that are not controllable. It's not my business. It's not my problem anymore. You know, if motherfuckers want to be buck wild and they want to go out all over the place, act out, act a fucking fool, go to jail, spend themselves into oblivion every paycheck, that fuck them. That's on them. It's not up to me to try to control nobody anymore except for myself and offer guidance to my son. He'll get to the point where he will refuse it. It's just natural. It's just the way things are. And then when he gets fucking burned or somebody busts him in the mouth because of something, I'm going to politely say, I told you so. Now are you ready to listen? Everybody has to learn. John Gorski, women trying to convince men on the reverse of an idea. Surf Shack, Hammer, you're going to hit 1K. I doubt it. We're at 688 now, so I doubt it. Almost 2 hours in, so yeah, I don't think so. But it's a nice thought, though, gents. I appreciate you. Thanks. Fernanda Aguilar, another of the 4 horsemen, is here. Oh, shit. Free Ross, smash that like button. Russell Bodie, when I refer to women, I refer to family. Same here. Same here. That's like right now, that's my mother and no one else. That's it. Those are the only females in my family, or the only female in my family, I should say. Pretentious Hermit, at Hammerhand, that's the best revenge. Let them see how much happier you are living your life. I mean, she supposedly went out and got her wish, right? She went out in probably, in my opinion, the worst possible time to start a business, put her whole ass in hock to start a bakery. And it was right at the beginning of the pandemic. I don't know why you would start a food business. No, and she knew about the pandemic. It was, 3 or 4 months in. And there were no signs that people were saying, okay, we're going to back off. We're going to 2 weeks to flatten the curve. That shit was gone, like gone. So I don't know what the fuck was going on in her head. She said, I've always wanted the business, blah, blah, blah. Okay, go do your thing. If you can get 5 years in an eatery, chances are you'll make it. So she's 2 years in now. And I don't wish failure on her. If she does well, that means the kids do well. So more power to her. Good luck. But she doesn't seem to be happier. As a matter of fact, she seems more stressed than I've ever seen her. But that's for her husband to figure out. That's not my job anymore. Undead Chronic, the 14th. Toast. My man is smoked. He told me earlier, says, I might make it here. Well, like I'll be 3 seats to the fucking win. I don't know if he's smoking, drinking, fucking, or doing all 3 at the same time. I have no idea. My first ex came up here, saw my 13 acres of woodland, all the cool muscle cars, big shop, and she looked like she regretted her choices. Good. I hope that it went through her head. Her mom looked at her like she was a fucking idiot for leaving. Good. Good. Let them fucking die. Let them make their choices and let them choke on the choices. You got all that freedom, right? You got all that shit. You got all them choices that you can make now. You don't need me. Good. Thank you. Thank you for freeing me. Freeing me from that expectation of protect and provide. They'll tell you straight, all of these brainwashers and these scabs that are trying to associate people like me and Chronic, Anthony Johnson, with violent extremists and murderers. They'll tell you straight that we deserve that association. That if you ain't looking to lock down a woman, there's just something wrong with you, sir. They don't mind telling you that. I don't mind telling them to go pound sand. Fuck a bitch. Moisture Patrol, the only thing that hangs around my neck is a guitar or bass. Hangs around my neck. There you go. Live on, rock free. Hunter Smoonex Grim, she and I were wrong, and it was that way too long. Ian Blades, let Chronic in, bro. My man is toast. Is my man toast? Chronic, get in the chat here real quick and tell me if you're toast. If you're toast, you ain't coming on all fucking wasted. You ain't coming on wasted. Madara, Arabs laugh at you with their patriarchy and multiple wives. They can laugh all they want. They're in the middle of their fall. You know, spring, summer, fall, winter. They're in the middle of their fall. They're being reshaped, and they don't know it. You do, though, Madara. You do know that. I can see it in the way that you type. Has a little bit of desperation to it. Free Ross. I think all this started because Chronic misspelt roast and said toast. My man. Oh, okay. All right. He's talking about letting me in. So hang on 1 second. Give me a second. I'll send it right to you, homie. Hold on. Hang on, guys. Give me a second. All right. All right, my man. It's there. You pop on in anytime you want, sir. And we'll take care of you. I promise. DB Cooper, let them die. James T. Kirk. That motherfucker was not wrong. And what happened to that franchise, by the way? Oh, it's fucking bad. I mean, it is abysmal. Terrible. And of course, all these folks putting all their hopes and dreams on it. Oh man, Discovery's great. Strange New Worlds is going to be awesome with a fucking forgot Kirk. Oh, they confirmed it. He's going to be forgot. Fucking disgusting. Disgusting. I simply won't have it. MGTOW Cowboy. Tito D, you from Chicago. Let's meet up. But before we meet up with anybody, welcome Undead Chronic.
I have a toast!
Oh, what's up, homie?
I wanted to make a toast in honor of Hammerhand.
Oh, no.
But before we get into that, if you want to... Well, Hammerhand, where is your PayPal and why is it not linked in the chat?
I didn't put it up. You know, I don't always do that.
Shilla, Fumandala, shill! I cast my shill magic on you. Now you got to pin it. If you want to support Hammerhand's legal fund, consider donating to paypal.me/HammerhandTMM, right? Is that what it is?
Bitch, I'm going to get a pro bono lawyer, man. I ain't doing none of that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to be real pro bono once these leftists feel your girth.
Uh-oh. Now you're talking about girth.
Well, you know. But before I make my toast, talking about the Arab patriarchy.
Yeah.
and we all know this, guys, the hottest women, and I'm talking about all aspects, teeth, skin, weight, they're the richest ones, right? That's just for the men too, the richest ones. Where, and who is this guy? Madara?
Yeah.
Okay, hey, Madara. Where do all the little Arab princesses go when they turn 18? They go to the U.S. to go to college. And who is there with outstretched white non-Muslim arms to greet them, to hold them up by their glutes
via
and
Dubai.
to drop them down about 8 inches, because I can't give it all to them because, you know, I'm still breaking them in. I am the patriarchy your fathers failed to produce when I fuck your chicks. Well, at least the hot ones.
This be true, man. You can always tell when somebody's a little bit desperate. And look, I'm not trying to knock this guy at all.
Oh, I am.
Well, I know you are, but I'm not trying to knock him. You can always tell when there's a little bit of desperation when somebody is just clinging to something that makes no sense. Like I said, on a worldwide broadcast, the first thing that came up in the Formula One broadcast from Saudi Arabia last Sunday, was a picture of tons of female drivers with uncovered faces showing their fucking driver's licenses, and they're breaking into public office. It's fucking over.
Those infidel whores.
Yeah, it's over for those guys over there. They just don't know it.
So you're saying he's grabbing onto something that's already dead?
Yeah, I think so.
This dude's like a baby baboon grabbing onto his dead mother as it gets eaten by a hyena.
Oh, shit, that's cold.
Yeah, put that image in your head. But I don't want to take over the stream. I know you got all these fans want to listen to Hammerhand.
No, man.
And not a little chronic. I'll be honest, guys. I smoked a little bit. Quarter ounce. I'm drinking water mixed with some ethanol.
Ooh.
I'm drinking booze.
Oh,
but I got this can. I just opened it, but I need the theatrical effect for the toast. So let me chug this bitch, and then I'll pop the next one in the mic so you guys can hear the start of a toast. How about that?
Right. How about that? Well, that works. In the meantime, DB Cooper says, welcome, UC. The incel breeder is here.
In an underground laboratory located hundreds of miles below the sea, a dangerous force of green-skinned incels is being bred.
Oh, my God.
Be like one of those 50s movies where like the monster from Black Lagoon. This is a bunch of just green like looking incels. So like, we're 4'2".
No doubt, man. In the chat, Mr. Vic, good job, Hammer, and thank you for just making sense. Brother, I try to. Chronic tries to, you know, and I think that's the big difference with a lot of folks out there is that I don't need to charge you $89 for soap on a rope. I don't feel the need to do that. I'm not gonna do that. I was fucking grievously offended when I saw that shit going down. So yeah, I don't have any need to do that, man. If you exercise common sense, you keep your head on a fucking swivel, you get your morals, ethics, values, and principles in check. Nothing is gonna move you off of those. Nothing. Pharaoh Ravage, go.
No, I'm just saying, I'm sorry if you hear my click clacking. I'll just mute myself until I'm done click clacking here.
All right. Pharaoh Ravage, the green incels attack. We make under 6 figures and can't bench over 50 pounds. Oh no. Psychosoap on a rope. Oh, that's fucked up. That's what a hideous image that is. Why'd you do that to me? Diablo, Lord of Terror. I shun the human woman. They are weak. They can't cook. Not even spaghetti. They burn water, my man. They burn water. I have it on good authority that Tommy Laron and her friend Thomasina burn water. But Tommy thought that was amazing. I don't know. Tom Lightning, soap on a rope. Oh, Psychosoap, drop me and you fucked. Well, that's disgusting. I see what you did there, but it's still disgusting. Angler MGTOW, Hammer, we are with you because we have similar beliefs. Look, man, I appreciate any and all support. I really do. It's amazing to me. No, let me take that back. It's not amazing. It's stunning, baffling, confusing that something as simple as advocating responsible behavior towards yourself, disappearing usury out of your life in any form, especially a female form, would warrant such a reaction from these reactionaries. I realize that they're reactionaries, but to try to associate you with things like murder and rape and violence, that's just beyond the pale for me. So yeah, like I said, all options are on the table.
I'm very happy to have been the first one to defend you on YouTube.
Oh, I appreciate the hell out of it. I saw that when it went down, and it made me heart swell. It wasn't cholesterol; it was good feelings.
Yeah, no, it's. I saw the community post. I'm like, this shit can't be real. And then I found the clip, and I'm just like, it's like, what is it? The what's that? Lord of the Ring? Is it Elrond from Lord of the Rings? So it begins.
Yeah.
It's all the orcs are sword boys and journalists. You know, you said freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences, right?
Right.
That was originally a leftist mantra, right?
I hadn't heard that.
Oh no, yeah, that's what they said when they were canceling people.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I kind of agree with that now. Now here's where I take it forward. To what's the news station again? CNBC?
The CBC and Global News.
CBC and Global News. If there are any of you rats listening, let me make something extremely clear to you. Freedom of the press does not mean freedom from consequences.
I agree.
Take that as you will.
I agree 100%. You know, you start boxing people in and you start making their lives unlivable, you're going to run into somebody that's going to take it the wrong fucking way.
There's only one box I want to be in, and her name is Tiffany. She doesn't know her daddy.
No.
I just can't help myself from making jokes. Hammerhand.
That's fantastic. I wouldn't have it any other way, man. Do not dare pair yourself back because you're over here.
Yeah, Lord knows. But they're just going to take it's when you speak truth, it's so because truth in itself is absolutely petrifying to these people. So even a snapshot of truth, they'll distort it and it will just become exactly what they're scared of. Like they could just take any 3 seconds from any of your shows or my shows and paint us as whatever they want.
I know. You know, these folks have been running around circle jerking each other for 50, 60 years now, talking about how they've got this, that, and the other under control.
They haven't even finished yet.
Yeah.
Call that limp dick.
Yeah, that's what you call it. In the chat, good mother, that YouTube channel it came from seems shady. I don't know, but I know that the report's real. I think that the banner that was run across the bottom of it, the red banner, I think that was an add-on, but it still doesn't take away from the fact that they associated myself and 21 Studios with that heinous shit.
I mean, imagine if I just like took one of the reporters' faces and just had it up while I'm talking about, you know, feminists committing infanticide post-birth. I'm like, these people are killing babies. These people are killing babies. These people are killing babies. These people are trying to groom kids. And I just had one of their faces up.
Yeah.
That may be more true, but still.
The thing is you probably wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah.
You know, Father Saunders, it's not petrifying when they twist it and then they put it out. It's my truth. Can't stand that shit. What a deflection. Yeah, I never got off on the whole my truth shit.
Yeah, well, you know, it's my truth that I've been discriminated against in society. Well, it's my truth I've been discriminated against in society. Well, it doesn't agree with my truth.
Yeah, well, you know, my truth is more oppressive than yours. And I've got 4 check marks on the, what do they call it now?
Twitter.
The intersectional checklist.
Oh,
that's a thing, man. I'm like, what?
I'll be honest. I saw one of those diversity flyers in my workplace.
Oh, no
and
shit.
in the middle, I was, you know, I did a bad move, but I haven't seen the repercussions yet. In the middle of lunch, when all the people were eating this, it was like probably like 30, 40 people. I stood up, I went to the board, I took it off, and I said, I do not appreciate racism. I ripped it up and just threw in the air like confetti and sat down. Yet to hear anybody talk to me.
My man, excellent. That's outstanding. Like I said earlier, spoke with a Home Depot guy where they just got this fucking garbage of the the white privilege crap and about being a white supreme pizza. I'm like, man, how did that go over? And old boy's like, Jesus Christ, what a fucking crock.
Yeah, I mean, well, those workers, they need to unionize and just, be like, it's kind of like you just wait for the 3 or 4 based white dudes or whoever it is that hates that stuff. And then just one day when you're opening the store, open it and then just sit in a circle singing Kumbaya. And be like, this is a protest for all the black lives taken by rich corporatists like you, Mr. Boss. Yeah, that's the troll way to do it. Well, I mean, or you could just be like, we refuse to work in a racist establishment. So until
I was just about to say that, yeah,
until you recognize the oppression that you have put upon us, we refuse to work for you. And besides, if you have enough people, besides that, it's kind of hard to get workers right now. We want a $2 raise.
Something like that. It should be so grievously offensive to the average person that if they saw it, it would be repulsive, and that they would leave the job immediately. But it's just not.
That's the kind of stuff that if I got docs and I had to do this shit full time, I would make a video like joining Home Depot to rip up the diversity flyers. You just have a hidden camera on me, and I'd be like, "This is offensive," and just rip it up. Like, I don't understand. And it's like get the manager to either admit it's bullshit or spew racism on camera and then just release it. That'd be funny.
It ain't hard to do anymore, man. These folks are pretty out in the open with that shit. King Rudd, really? There's a victim scale checklist now. Yes, it's called the intersectional checklist. Abso-fucking-lutely.
You know what they're soon going to add? Do you bench more than 2 plates? It's be like 5 checks. I'm like, fuck. I'm screwed.
That was pretty rough, man. Pretty rough. Well, we're sitting here just over 2 hours, so I think that's going to wrap it for the day. I did get in touch with 21 Studios. So
let me finish this for us, okay? Well, for me.
Do your thing.
Brutus. I just chugged a, what was it? A Surge. It's basically concentrated pussy juice. I think it's 9%. I propose a toast. A toast, Hammerhand. I propose a toast to Hammerhand for risking his life to spread the truth. I toast to the Trailblazers. All those men who have given their life, blood, sweat, and tears, and most importantly, voice to spread this message. A toast to the fans. Thank you for the likes, comments, and subscriptions, and donating to paypal.me/hammerhandtmm. I propose a toast to the people who refuse to be cucked. A toast to the warriors, those who would pick up their sword and die along their friends. To the prophets who predicted this decrepit demon society for thousands of years. To the strong men, I toast them. Working in East Alton, Illinois in the Winchester factory, making me the bullets where I will get my justice from.
Cheers. Cheers.
A toast to the men we lost. All the brothers who put a gun in their mouth over some bitch. The men who were lied to, who swallowed the banker propaganda and were blown up in pointless wars overseas. To the men who did not have the strength or guidance and fell to addiction, who died alone on the street in their own vomit. I propose a toast to the riders, the warband cavalry, those that will pick up arms and fight alongside me. A toast to my brother Moses, who taught me so many lessons. And again, a toast to Hammerhand for letting my stoned ass on this stream. A happy life is not worth living, brothers, but a righteous one paid for in blood. To this, I toast!
And look at him just bail out like that. Well, it's just us again. How about that? Thanks, Chronic. I appreciate that, man. And cheers to everybody out there. Salute to all of you. I appreciate the hell out of you. I know that might get tiresome. You might find it trite, but I mean it. I appreciate each and every one of you that show up, that comment, thumb up, thumb down, thumb up my ass, No, I'm just kidding. Don't put no thumb in my ass. I'll freak out. So, gang, I think that's going to be it for this one. Stick around and wait for the announcement for the next stream. I don't think that you're going to want to miss that one. And if you can get the word out, get the word out. It's going to be a good one. And we're going to start to find out how we combat these people that have this machine at their behest, at their disposal, and how we disassemble that and stick it up their asses and make them pay for doing the filthy, slimy shit that they do. See, these people don't stop doing this crap until somebody stands up and punches them in the face. Metaphorically speaking, of course. My best wishes to all of you. Have a great night. Have a wonderful time out there and enjoy your life. Don't waste 1 minute in strife. You don't have to. If you're in it, get out of it. Easier said than done sometimes. I know. I've been there. But trust me, man. Don't give up. Don't give up. The good times are definitely worth it.